Well, these kids are certainly showing us they don't want to be any part of a draft lottery draw.
Connor Bedard! We don't need no stinking Connor Bedard! We've got Keith Sherwood!
Everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 2-1 Tuesday night inside Bridgestone Arena. On the back of a stellar 28 save performance by Juuse, the Preds have now won 3 in a row and are now 4 points back of a playoff spot. But we're not going to talk about that until they're above the playoff bar, all right? As for this game, the first Preds home game in basically 2 weeks after the SEC basketball tournament took over Bridgestone Arena. The Preds are on a short 3-game homestand before they have to go on a jaunt to Northeast US, but that will start on Sunday night. And there was news concerning the Preds lineup for this game, as Sunday was a one-off, as Ryan McDonough is day-to-day with whatever is happening to his face after that shot last Saturday in Los Angeles. So Kevin Gravel got called back up from Milwaukee. But the good news, Luke Evangelista appears to be healthy and he's back in the lineup. There's Igor Afanasiev playing in his first Preds home game since being called up for his debut Saturday in Los Angeles, and he has a great chance to open the scoring and get the fans fired up behind him 3 minutes into the game, but he's denied by Ville Husso, who is playing in net for the Red Wings. The Preds and Red Wings would trade penalties about 30 seconds apart, leading to an overlap of 4-on-4 play, and once it was the Preds' turn to be on the power play, they would get so close with Matt Duchene there in front of Ville Husso, but oh, this is a battle of the goalies early. And it would be the Red Wings having some close calls, as overall they would massively outshoot the Preds, but every save would count, as we would see by the final score. And at that point, after the 4-on-4 had ended, Dominic Kubalik for the Red Wings gets a great chance to open the scoring, but Saros says nope. Then a late period power play by the Preds, and Husso denies Roman Josi trying to get the Preds going. Red Wings with a flurry of chances in the dying seconds of the first period. First it's Seitzer, then it's Lucas Raymond, and you've got Juuse Saros sprawled out in the butterfly down on his stomach. He keeps it out. Preds fans can't breathe. A couple of his 10 saves in the opening period, but this game is scoreless after the first period. Preds with a power play chance early in the second period. Red Wings, too many men on the ice. Preds get a couple close calls, but they can't score. Followed up by a major kill by the Preds not to allow the Red Wings to respond, as Roman Josi gets called for holding the stick, but the Preds rally around maybe their best penalty killer and keep this game still scoreless. Who is going to bite first? Then about 8.5 into the second period, it looks like the Preds might score here because they got pressure with Robert Hagg in the box for holding Philip Tomasino. You've got Josi, you've got Duchene, you've got Tomasino, and Cody Glass getting oh so close to getting one past Husso, but they can't get a bite. But persistence does pay off, because shortly after Robert Hagg's penalty has expired, Preds attacking the Red Wing zone. Philip Tomasino down the left wing board, coming around, and it looks like he's going to go forehand. He quickly changes to his backhand, out to Keith Sherwood, who one time's at home. He jumps into the glass. The puck is in past Ville Husso. The Preds have their 1-0 lead, and that is Keith Sherwood's 3rd goal of the season. And I don't know if you realize it, Preds, he has scored his first goal overseas. His first goal in North America was in Anaheim on Sunday. This is his first home goal. Welcome to Preds Nation, Keith Sherwood. Post call for the Red Wings to tie it up, but Juuse Saros makes one of 11 saves in that second period, followed up by Yakov Trenin with a close call to maybe make it 2-0. But alas, the Preds maintain their 1-0 lead on the Red Wings, their hated big brother since day one of this franchise after 2 periods. At the start of the 3rd period, the Preds pick up where they left off from the 2nd period. They don't want to rest on their laurels because they know that a 1-0 lead probably isn't going to be enough against Detroit, and they get to work just over 2 minutes into the period. You got Keith Sherwood into Husso's left, and he backhands the puck back to the Preds blue line to Cal Foote, who keeps the puck in, and he just lets the shot go on net and hopes for good things, and Tommy Novak gets a piece of the puck, and it goes up and over Husso's glove hand into the net. It's Novak's 13th of the season. The Preds have a much more comfortable, at least for now, 2-0 lead. And lest I leave it out, that's Cal Foot's first point as a Predator since coming over from Tampa in the Tanner Jeannot trade. Red Wings are not going away. They would end up only getting 8 shots on goal for the third period, but they would outshoot the Preds by a lot. The Preds only got 3, so that one definitely counted for the Preds. And about 8.5 into the third period, they get a mad scramble in front of Saros, but Saros keeps the 2-0 lead intact. We're in the latter half of the third period now, getting close and closer to the last quarter of the period. Preds trying to make this 2-0 lead hold up, trying not to have a collapse like what happened in Anaheim on Sunday. Preds with one last power play chance. They went 0 for 5 in the game because they were not able to put the Red Wings away, giving the Red Wings a possible chance. Letting them hang around because they are the Red Wings, even though they're not the Red Wings of old. They used to dominate the Preds. You always do get a little intimidated, especially because there were so many Red Wings at this game. It's supposed to be in Nashville. Time's starting to tick away now. We're about the 3-minute mark left. Red Wings with a chance that Saros covers up, giving his team a chance to breathe. Just after the 3-minute mark of regulation, the Red Wings pull Ville Husso to get the extra man and try to get some extra pressure. And shortly after that, there's a whistle. And the Red Wings have a power play. Okay. Dante Favreau. Well, that's typical. That's fine. We see the replay. That was roughing on Dylan Larkin. Okay, I know that the Oscars were Sunday night. It's like, can we get a late recognition for Dylan Larkin for doing this? Well, it obviously wasn't roughing. Dante Favreau deserves to be let off the hook for that. But the refs bought it, so they would go to the power play, and alas, there's nothing they can do, and there's nothing they can really do here because 22 seconds later, Red Wings in front of Saros, puck ricochets off of Saros' skate right to Alex Chiasson. He gets it in. Red Wings have cut the Preds lead down to 2-1, but wait, hold up, let's see that replay. And on the replay, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that puck went in off of a kicking motion off of Alex Chiasson's skate. I know the Preds can't challenge that because that's not a challengeable call. That's a reviewable one by the refs. The refs review it and they still say it's a goal. I don't understand what's kicking motion and what isn't. That's a kicking motion. This isn't a kicking motion. In every single game, no matter what the teams are. But alas, maybe this is just going to be a good test, I thought, in the moment. The goal stands. Preds have just over 2 minutes now to kill off, only up by 1. Red Wings with just over 2 minutes left to try and tie this game up. Preds play well defensively. They get the puck out whenever they can. They are unable to score an empty net goal, but that is okay because they also don't allow the Red Wings to get any sustainable pressure for a good tying goal in their zone. Preds get one more icing of the puck down the ice, and the Red Wings have just about 15 seconds left to try and win a face-off in the Pred zone and tie the game. But Cody Glass with a key face-off win. Preds get the clock to run down. It's at 0. Preds win this tight game by a score of 2-1. Oh, much better performance in 2 aspects. Much better performance in the clutch near the end of the game than the ending of the Anaheim performance last Sunday, and much better performance against this Red Wings team than back in November when you got shut out in Detroit. Believe it or not, Preds Nation, that is Ville Husso's first career loss to the Nashville Predators. Before, he had never lost to them either with the Blues or with the Red Wings. Props to the Preds for bending but not breaking, and though you got massively outshone by the Red Wings, one of the key stats that I think helped you win this game is you won the face-offs against Detroit 58-42. Kids continue to gel on this team, and Juuse Saros looks to be in peak condition after game 65, and we're a lot more comfortable with the fact that his backup is going to be a lot more reliable with 17 games left to go this year. Next up on the docket for the Nashville Predators is the Chicago Blackhawks, who just got a huge win against the Boston Bruins Tuesday night inside the United Center. That's basically their Stanley Cup because that team's not going to the playoffs this year. Remember, that's the league-leading Boston Bruins that the Chicago Blackhawks just won. Hopefully, they're prime for a letdown. Yes, I know Chicago considers us just as big of an arch rival as we consider them. But hopefully, the Blackhawks are prime for a letdown and the Preds can keep it rolling. Also, I hope to see not as many Blackhawks fans as there was Red Wings fans Tuesday night when the Blackhawks come to town on Thursday. And let's show the Blackhawks Who runs the stone? So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media by clicking on the channel name. Tell all your friends about Predemption. And while you're at it, if you want to, but make sure they don't get their hopes super up just yet, the Preds are 4 points back.